selling, food vendors, and everything. So to me, it was a huge success. Successful also that some of the professional athletes who had international records had their records upturned. They were challenged by younger athletes, and those records were upturned. Meaning that there is now a great future for sports. We have younger talents that are coming up now, that with little investment we can prepare them for the future. So to me, even if I pass on today, I will tell God, I'm happy.
Did the National Sports Festival remind us once again that we're doing poorly with infrastructure development, particularly if you look at the Abuja National Stadium and the state of other stadiums around the country?
I think I need to enlighten Nigerians about why we have poor infrastructure profile in sports in Nigeria. You know, in Nigeria, there is what we call political projects. Most of our projects are just political projects. Even this secretariat building is a political project. We build just to satisfy certain political demands, but we don't look at the future. If you are building any infrastructure with the future in mind, you must engage positively and widely every segment of the society so that they own the project, so you will not have problem with maintenance. The National Stadium, as it is one of the massive sporting infrastructure in the entire African continent. Massive. There's nobody that will go around that particular infrastructure and will come back and tell you that no. I mean, there is a very heavy investment here. But do you go and invest heavily in infrastructure and then there is no plans for maintenance? The contractor that builds the National Stadium, government signed a maintenance contract with him, with the company, and it's about 2 billion every year. So in about 5 years, you would have even raised money that could have put similar structures in other places of the country. So it means you have a shrinking of advancement in infrastructural development, because you are only going to spend the money on the maintenance of the National Stadium Abuja. Then let's go back to Lagos. When I went to Lagos, I shed tears because I couldn't imagine that was the same place in 1982 that some of us competed. And when you said National Stadium, Surulere, I mean, it was a name that ring bells in the mind of every Nigerian. And it's now a ghost of itself. So I asked them one question, and it looks like a stupid question. I said, was there a time you could shut down this place and left before you came back? They said no. So how did we get to this point? If you have been coming here, there are offices. You could see the office of the minister with the chair and everything. And then the ceiling has collapsed. So I said, if you have been coming here to clean this place, what happened? How did we get to this? Now the point is, at a point in time, all the maintenance budget were just shared, and this infrastructure was neglected, because even if they were painting one office every year, we would have had in the National Stadium now over 16 offices that would have still been in place. If they had taken either one gymnasia or an indoor sporting district that they maintain yearly with the yearly budget, I mean, substantially, the infrastructure would have been very, very useful to us today, as it is now.
And since it carries the tag National Stadium, it is expected that the government takes possession of it. There was a time we heard that the government was showing interest in the National Stadium in Lagos. What stage are we now?
Yeah, the Lagos state government approached us, and then they have syndicated facilities, sufficient funds to revive, renovate, and transform the whole infrastructure. But politics came in. You see, this is a very funny country. Kaduna was taken over and handed over to Kaduna state government. Bauchi was taken over, handed over to Bauchi state government. Enugu. Now the Lagos state government has indicated interest. And I discussed with the acting president then, and he gave the approval and said, the only thing that federal government will not part with is the name. The name must not change. But Lagos state government can put in their investment in a partnership properly documented for us to revive that place. And the day we visited and inspected the facilities, a lot of economic activities pick up within Surulere. All the hotels, some renovations started going on because, I mean, there is a sporting economy around Surulere that the people are familiar with. But the politics of this country, people came in and trying to, and at the end of the day, the Lagos state government was harassed, and the soft pedal on the issue. But I assured the governor that if he's willing, I'm willing. Because, you know, I'm like a bulldozer. I don't have headlight. Once I'm moving, anything that is on my way will give way. I will not reverse back. I told him, I said, we must do that. If we get that place fixed up, you cannot imagine the number of young people that will get jobs. You cannot imagine the hotels that will pick up within that environment and employ people. You cannot imagine the tourist profile. Because, I mean, outsiders are familiar with the place. We've been using it since independence. So the tourist potential there is within the knowledge of, I mean, our global sporting family. So it's going to be, look, the economy of Lagos will not be the same.